Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Hopefully, all is going well. We're back. We're going to see Gio versus GDR Mark Landers, or Max Power, as he's also known. And let's check out the maps. First, it's quarterfinals, 1700 bracket for those who have not been following along. And appreciate if you've made it back. I had a little bit of a break due to a vacation, but we're back to finish will be the last of the quarterfinals and into the semifinals match. But actually, let's take a quick look at the bracket. Spoilers incoming. This is a semifinal, actually. So I apologize. This is a semifinals matchup, and it will be a best of five between Max Power and Gio. And we'll see home maps for Max Power will be Battlegrounds and Nomad Hubs, Geo selecting Water Arena and Flooded Hills, and we've banned out all the way down to a Mott and Bailey game number 1. Civilizations here for both will have Max Power banning the Mongols. He did select the Italians, though they were sniped from him. Then we'll have Malay, Spanish, Tatars, Saracens, Koreans, and Franks. While Geo bans the Vikings, chose the Persians, but they were sniped from him. Then we'll have Portuguese, Dravidians, Byzantines, Khmer, Bengalis, and the Malians remaining for him. But without further ado, we're going to dive in to the semifinals here. Game number 1, as I said, is going to be on Mott and Bailey. We'll have Mark Landers here with the Saracens in yellow, and then we'll have Geo with the Dravidians here. And give me a second, we're going to actually fix the scoreboard here. Sorry, but we are all good now. Semifinals matchup indeed is a best of 5 here. Geo with their Dravidians. We've had Geo come up through and upset a lot of people. Both these players are rather high seed, but Geo here peaked at, or is currently at a 1442 elo, while Mark Landers is at a 1521, which is his current peak elo. So we'll have to wait and see how everything shakes out here, but obviously going to be quite interesting to see how this semifinal works out. Winner moves on to the finals at the 1700 bracket here, and we have had some delays in the other sets due to some scheduling issues, and I do have the other quarterfinals matchup already turned in. I just need to get to cast that one, and once I get that done, we'll have our matchup there for the other semifinal. The other semifinalist waiting the winner of Funny Liquid and Wart Knight will be Dirublas, or whatever pronunciation is correct there. I'm still not sure. I think the other one calls him LB11. I'm not familiar with him. Haven't played with him. Don't know much about him. So is what it is there. But first, we'll get through the sets that we have here and wait to see what happens. Obviously, a lot of different sets to cast yet. I think we have like 4 or 5 different sets still to go. Obviously, we'll have to wait for some of those matchups to be played, and we'll have to go from there. But additionally, we do have the finals from the 1300 bracket that will soon be casted. Those games have been turned in. Will be a lot of fun to get through that one, as it is Samball 49 versus DJ. So both of those players worked extremely hard and have made it to the finals here. And Geo has some difficulty, loses a villager there. Never what you want to see here, especially in a semi-final match here. So Geo will be down 1 vill, and the boar did walk the northernmost corner here. He will be able to get it in. Has a little bit of idle TC time because of that, and he will be behind by at least 1 vill now. On the opposite side, we will see Mark Landers doing just fine still. He got his other boar in, and he's on to the hunt out here, as well as Geo. For those who haven't been following along with the tournament, Mott and Bailey, beautiful map. We've seen some crazy matchups here. and a lot of things that you generally don't see too frequently. A lot of different all-in strategies being pulled off here, and a lot of players going with some different strategies. We've seen a lot of variety, so it's very exciting. We'll have to wait and see how everything works out here. However, Saracens versus Dravidians, an interesting matchup. Not one that we generally see on most maps, but looks like Mark is gonna try to get up here. You have the food. It's gonna be pretty close. He might have to idle that town center just a bit. Maybe not. He might just choose to produce a villager. He will be getting close. There, he'll have it. And he will be up faster. And it will be 18 pop, though, with that idle time. So, Gio going to be behind just a bit here as he'll start to drop the barracks. Has the food, clicks up immediately. And is really only behind by about 20 seconds. Obviously, with the Dravidians, something we've seen used before is full-in man-at-arms play. Could be very interesting, could be a good strategy here. Have to wait and see what happens. Neither player advancing forward with military other than the scouts right now, though. And we will see a barracks here for our Saracen player who has shifted on to gold and some more wood. So I'm guessing we're going to see an archer play, but we'll have to wait and see what happens here. The scouts will meet in the middle, and it looks to be very even here. Who will come out on top? Gio actually pulls away, so both civs or both scouts will end up with 18 population. 18 population. No, it's 19 population, and it will be 18 hit points per. And now Mark Landers is going to be able to take that if he so chooses. Should have the first hit and be able to win this, but no, he will have to run back, and now the scouts will be on equal footing, and the man-at-arms upgrade is on its way as Gio sending forward the man-at-arms right now. We'll see an archery range and then a blacksmith, but how long will we be able to keep these walls up is always the question. Man-at-arms upgrade is about to come in. No villagers on their way just yet. Just gonna let this in is the question. Looks like he might be thinking that is his best bet here. We'll send Bills to build a house, but this will be broken through. The archers will be here. Will he click past? He does. That house should have come forward a little bit sooner there, and the scout trying to take the fight against the archer without fletching does its best, and will they be able to pick it off? Not yet. So the man-at-arms are in. I think he needs to close this up, but he's going to force the man-at-arms back, and the archer numbers are up to 2. Will soon be a third added. Now the man-at-arms are trapped. I think that is the right move here. Behind this, we'll see a blacksmith and a range for Gio. Should be pretty happy here, as his man-at-arms are just getting sniped away here, and unfortunate, but Gio's attack is thwarted, and Marklander's looking to be in a good position here. Still up one villager. Gio's had a little bit more idle TC time. Just not quite enough food income, but should be fairly easy to defend this here. We'll need that blacksmith upgrade to come in, but all things considered, easier to defend in this position. Especially with the Dravidian skirms being added in. A market already for Marklanders, as he will send a few more to gold, most likely. Still taking the berries. On this side, we still have berries and hunt being taken for Gio. Scout does go down. Numbers are in favor of Gio, and that's what I meant by how easy it is to defend from this position. And the skirmishers will be added in here for Mark as well. Not really what you want to go for, obviously, but with both players going for it, should be just fine. See some more farms coming down, some more houses coming down. Gonna upgrade here. Just a bit risky if you ask me, but all things considered, he's happy to do so. Farm numbers looking good here. Both players lacking horse collar, but do have the double bit axe upgrade. And for now, we're just going to have to wait and see how the players go from here. Both players are posturing, but nothing too outrageous happening here. Gio is going to move forward. He does have Fletching coming in, and with the skirmisher numbers, he should be relatively happy to take this fight, all things considered. Going to be 8 military versus 7, but 3 skirms to the 1 here. And Gio is going to come forward. This does get seen. This skirmisher not taking a fight by itself, but going to keep Mark at home here. He's going to maybe misclick there, I'm not even sure, but archers are trying to go forward, and all things considered, it's not going to be easy to do a ton of damage with the reinforcements coming. Militarily, it is 9 to 9. Do have +1 defense coming in for the archers and skirms as well here for Gio, so he's invested a little bit more into this. I think he can actually take the fight up the hill here and be relatively happy with that. Neither player is going to deal very well with this fight, even with the uphill battle. Gio will take that hill, and the fight will commence, but the archers are getting microed down here for Gio, so he's not going to have much in the way of army other than skirmishers right now. Skirmishers are doing a good job against the archers and skirms here, but obviously this is not the exact trade that you would have preferred, but all things considered, things are going to work out pretty evenly. Mark is going to use the market and click up, and Mark is going to micro the crap out of this, and he's actually going to take a better exchange here than he should have, I think. Military numbers still in favor of Gio, but he's not on his way up just yet. Will be shortly. Another archery range going to come down here. Gio will be clicking up here momentarily. There it is behind the Vil. And all things considered, Gio ought to be pretty happy with that position after taking that fight. Surprised that Gio's not trying to kill that Scarab, but he is going to be the aggressor for the moment. Castle Age is a full minute behind, though. Farm numbers are going to be 11 to 17, though, and Gio will add another archery range behind. Economically, however, Mark does have a slight advantage, a lot more idle time here for Gio. Skirmisher will go down. There's only 2 military on the field, more archers in production here. And Mark will come forward to answer the military for the moment. He'll back up, wait for his upgrades, and he should have no problem taking this fight. Good eco balance here from both, really. Crossbow on its way. And we see a siege workshop coming in for Mark, so going to be a bit tricky here. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be continuing with archers. Castle Age is on its way. Defensive siege workshop and crossbows added in, so no town centers behind this for our Saracen player. He didn't sell his stone to get up quicker, so it'll be interesting to see what damage he can do here. Castle Age is in for Gio. He'll be getting crossbow and botkin arrow himself. The walls won't stand much of a chance here. Both players opening with defensive siege workshops. We have 2 ranges, botkin arrow and crossbow for both. Few skirms mixed in for Gio may help with the fight here, as we will see Mark selling some resources now. But for what? More crossbows? Is that all? An interesting choice. Scorpion for both. So both of these guys going for the archer scorpion play. I do like that we're going to see town watch come in. A second town center going to come up behind this on the stone for Mark. interesting move on the stone. And then on the gold in the north here for Gio. And the crossbows going to take some damage here, but ultimately there's a scorpion for both. So not much in the way of a fight here. Skirmishers are looking to trade off, as we will see an elephant archer added in here, just one. Maybe just to tank some damage. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see how everything shakes out. Gio is housed something awful right now. He's got multiple houses coming up here. Shows a Vil on berries, but farm numbers still pretty low for both. As we'll see Mark go out for the berries himself, and then we will see Wheelbarrow coming in here. So the idle TC really hurting Gio. It's like it's gonna be actually Wheelbarrow for both. This is a very interesting composition here we have. The skirmishers go down without much of a fight, and the scorpions continue to be added in, as we'll see Mangonel being added here for Mark, so he's going to be comfortably able to deal with the scorpions and crossbows here shortly. Not to mention his own numbers here, and we see the fight. That scorpion is getting a lot of damage, ends up only getting one kill there, but it was good damage on those crossbows. They lost a lot of HP. There's 2 town centers for both. Gio is down by 5 villagers. Military count is 17 to 16. A very even start here on our hands. Going on to stone with Saracens is interesting because I think he'll just sell the stone potentially. Let's wait and see. And we do see a town center at number 3 for both players. So both players thinking the same. More scorpions here. So scorpions, not sure they're going to work for too long here. Gio hasn't seen that mangonel just yet. That one elephant archer, yet to get any kills, will find the scorpions here. Not sure you really want to sit there and take that fight, as the scorpions are going to be doing better damage here for Gio. They were stacked, but ultimately Gio pulls away, is down by 8 vils, and again is housed, as he'll drop a lot more. He does have handcart to wheelbarrow now, so it's a little bit closer than maybe that villager count has thrown out for us to see on this end. But the big push is going to be coming here. Mark has good military. He has the siege to work with here. And we're going to see some palisades be taken out quite quickly. That does show Gio. He's got the scorpions there still. Gio's going to make a mangonel of his own. And it will be 3 TCs to 3 TCs at the moment. Only a few crossbows coming forward. Not exactly what you want to see happen. Another elephant archer added. Interesting use of these elephant archers. Mangonel and scorpions here as well for both sides. Relatively even fight. Scorpions, though, weaker here for Mark Landers, and this is going to get pushed back. It's pushed back with ease, I'd say. Actually, a pretty good fight there. And that mangonel, not of much value. So, 10 villager lead for Mark. Grabbing a university, dropping more farms, getting some more houses down. Has a ton of stone, though. Gio, not quite as much stone, is getting some more eco upgrades. That castle is going to come forward, but not super aggressively, because obviously Mark worried about the military here. And that mangonel gets a nice hit there. We'll end up with 2 kills. We'll end up with 3. Crossbows get taken out. That castle could be in danger of going up. Has been seen. Mangonel v Mangonel trade off evenly. Will the military come forward in time to deal with this? The crossbows are not coming forward. The scorpions, will they be enough? I don't think so. I think this will end up going up here. Oh, it's a bit awkward. If you would have just sent the crossbows, I think that would have been denied. Elephant archers are continually being added in here. is a bit awkward here. Obviously, after that castle goes up, Gio's gonna have to shift which direction he pushes from. That, or he's gonna have to go up on his own here. Either way, a few elephant archers here doing some damage. Mark abusing the market, and he will be up, and we have one Mameluke on its way in. We'll go down to elephant archers. What's up, Tech Chariot? How are you? Welcome back. Hope all is well. Trying to get some more of these sets casted. Only a few more remaining. Imperial Age clicked for Mark, though. This is a semi-finals matchup for the 1700 bracket. See, more archery range is added, and trebuchet crane, or treadmill crane, treadmill crane coming in. Villagers are headed forward. Where are we going to see this castle? Mangonel pops out, and that will clean up that quite easily there. Even able to pick off a scorpion. The elephant archer numbers only up to 5. These ones in the base were dealt with here, and we're going to see elite skirmisher added for Mark. As well as treadmill crane? I almost said trebuchet crane again. I don't know why. I guess because he saw elephant archers, he thinks he needs to add skirmisher. Interesting choice, but it will be fine. Mangonel takes out a Mangonel. Mangonel has gotten 3 kills to 0 against it, obviously. Villager count is fairly close. We are going to see the Imperial Age clicked a good bit behind here. About 2 minutes. Both players are trying to expand out. We see Mark going to expand to the north here to get some more resources, while we will have Gio expanding here to the southernmost corner. He has 5 elephant archers. He has a lot more in the way of crossbows. He is healing all of those, so we'll be interested to see what happens. We do see skill barding armor being added. Is he just gonna go Mamluk? Is that what he's planning? I think it's an interesting choice, but one castle, not really all that sure about it. One crossbow gets taken out. We see the long sword switch coming in. So perhaps he saw the skirm switch and wishes to go into the counter here. Will the monk survive? It will not. One Mameluke, though, it does go down, and that is not the fight you want to take against a Mangonel. Supplies, longswords, we're seeing bloodline, so it will be a cavalry switch here. Potentially, we're just going to see light cav, I would imagine. Seen the upgrade yet, so maybe he's thinking add a camel or a knight. Camels are upgradable for Saracens. It's always interesting. Mangonel? Ooh, it's not a great shot. That one will do. That one will do. Chemistry's in now. There is light cav on its way. And Thumbring, as well as Squire's Arson and the Archer armor coming in. That Mangonel gets a beautiful hit here. And the military is crumbling here. Way ahead in military here, but soon we're going to have light cav on the map. And I think, do we have it? We only have 1 barrack, so longsword's not really on the menu at the moment. It's a bit awkward. Another castle over here for Gio. We did see 1 treb. See some trebs here. We will see the light cav potentially going to try to do some raiding, as these Mangonels have to be careful, but they're going to try to get a shot off at least. 1 good shot, but not quite enough. And that treb going to attack the treb, I guess? No, he's going to go for the raids here. While Gio will have to deal with that. We'll have to wait and see what he goes for here. He's going to send everything to the north, apparently. The Mangonel will be able to do enough damage to keep these crossbows alive. The treb, will it survive? It will survive. Mangonel retreating, gets a good shot off. Treb will survive, and then the other Treb takes it out. Beautiful. Skirmisher conversions coming in here. Nice additions. We do see hoardings coming in here for Gio, so he's expecting to have to deal with this problem. Trebuchet numbers are 1-to-1 right now. Converting skirms, not my favorite move here. Treb looks like it's gonna go down here. Gambeson's being added in. What barracks numbers do we have? A lot more barracks coming up. But right now the big question is, can he keep his numbers alive here to keep these Trebs alive? Right now it does not look good. Conversions attempting to come in. Monks are being sniped down here though. And we see two-handed swordsman upgrade coming in. We don't have any in production, and Gio is going to try to come forward for a aggressive castle here. That could very well be tripped down. Is this unpacking? It is. He's trying to kill the trebuchet. Will he direct to the castle? He has not yet reacted. Another castle in the north from Gio. More barracks on the way. We do have arbaleths coming as well. Will this castle make it up? And if it does, for how long? We don't have any trebs in production, which could be a big problem here. It's not looking to be the greatest. Everything is so gold intensive here right now. And we don't have any trebs on the way. We just don't. The two-handed swordsman will hold up fine and dandy for now, but for how long, as this castle is looking like it's going to complete, but I don't know how long it will survive. Military numbers are dwindling here for both. That castle goes up, but it looks like it will probably go down pretty much as quickly as it did go up. He is going to repair it. Mangonel is attacking. Will it be enough? He does kill another mango, so he's able to save this, but will it be for long enough? It's going to be very difficult. He's going to be right on the cusp every time. He needs more villagers to repair, and it will not be enough. Castle will go down. The military push not going so well. There's one crossbow over here that has 11 kills, and it's all eco kills on this wood line. Another castle will come forward. One treb pulled back here. I think the problem now is he just doesn't have the military mass. And Mark is pushing with trebs here on these castles. Relic numbers are going to be up though, but the light cav are going to try to break in. He's had a hard time pushing this. Will he be able to deal with the raids in his main economy? Really not much in the way of defense. A lot of vills here to go down. Gio looks like he's in trouble as the main army here. Or Mark is able to withstand this for now. And the raids are coming in. I'm not really sure what he can do in response here. The raids are all over. Military really starting to push up there for Mark, and Gio just not able to answer. I think he went too gold heavy comp here. Was not able to get the trebs out, was not able to get the production onto the two-handed swordsman. And even after the two-handed swordsman came out, really didn't do the greatest of jobs here. It's a lot of vills down here. I think that one crossbow was finally dealt with. But Hussar is in. They will soon be fully upgraded. Nope, not quite, I guess. But the GG does come in. Mark will take game number 1 here. Very competitive game number 1 indeed. Let's go back to the drafts here. We saw a Saracen victory over the Dravidians. And then we will go to one of Gio's home maps, which will either be Water Arena or Flooded Hills next. Grab a quick drink, load into the next game, guys. Game number 2. Mark, coming off of his win, forces us to Gio's home map pick here. One of 2 home maps he has. This, which is Water Arena, and all looks fine. Both players have their 2 docks. Both players have their walls and their arena-like styled map here. And we'll have to wait and see. This one tends to go long, and it's always of interest to watch because we've seen some crazy things on here. Lots of crazy water battles, lots of snowbally type victories. We've even seen Paladin researched on this map. So lots of interesting things. Uh, Koreans for Mark, a very interesting choice. Obviously the turtle ship is quite powerful. Not to mention they get a little bit of a buff here. They do start with the 3 towers. Those will upgrade every age, which is quite nice. And then we will see Gio here with the Portuguese. And I think if you're playing as the Portuguese here, your answer will be fire ships all day long. Don't really want to go galleys against turtle ships, but time will tell. Fishing ship numbers will be important here. 0 for Mark right now, and we have 0 as well, but we have a few coming at 1 here. Sorry, the population is a little better for Gio, so he definitely got to the fishing ship numbers a little bit faster. Towers are very nice. I like the towers here. It's not overpowering like the sea tower that we originally tried. This map has a lot of changes that we've made thus far, and I'm not sure, but the general balance of this map seems fine. It's just a very snowbally map, and I mean it's a water map. It's really kind of expected, right? We have a Gio popping a hole in the wall here. Guess he doesn't think that ships can pass through there, which looks like they should be okay to not be able to. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. They'll bring that boar in. And he has managed to keep a little bit of a population lead here just by getting those fishing ships out nice and early. You have the lumber camp for both. Wondering if Gio took straggler. Yeah, he took straggler tree first. I like this strategy. It's very interesting. We'll see if we can keep it up. If we can maintain that lead. Portuguese do get that lovely bonus on the forage bushes. We'll accumulate some wood as well. To wait and see if that comes into much play. If you guys haven't seen the map, these dragon trees have 750 wood per. Gold mines have 1,000. Stone mines have 350. And that is on every one of the outside islands not connected to one's home area. These mangrove trees only have the 100. Just to encourage players for moving outward. And you will notice there are some perch and bog turtles in the actual map that you start with in your walls. So it is entirely possible to save your fish sometimes. Even a possibility of booming inside of your walls, that can always be a possibility. But time will tell. I've played this map quite a bit. I've tested it quite a bit. And usually timings mean everything, and that is going to be interesting because Gio is going to be up faster here. But how much faster is the question? Mark has 5 fishing ships, 4 for Gio, so Gio unable to keep his advantage there in the population. But he will be on his way up. He will be shifting on to gold here. And his fish could actually come in the walls. He could save all of them. No problem. It looks like we could save the fish here as well. A little bit of a strange pathing situation due to the way the wood line spawned in, but I like it. Should be fine. Another dock and some more houses prepared here. Gio has shifted everything, except for the fish and chips, obviously, on to wood and gold. We'll be up to 3 docks. We'll see a 3rd dock added for Mark as well. And we'll have to wait and see. No demolition ships for the Koreans. Always a very interesting situation by the devs. I feel like that make that a very unique problem. And I think though they have the turtle ship, so it does alright. For those who haven't yet seen, oh, he's gonna open with galleys. Gio's opening with galleys. I don't like the galley opening, by the way. I don't like it at all. But to each their own. But for those who may have just wandered to the channel here as of late, we do have a team game tournament that was just announced yesterday. It is a 2v2 Team Battlegrounds 3. For those who are interested, the information is on AoE Zone, in my Discord, and of course, on Reddit. And Gio takes down a Vil. So Gio getting the better of that exchange. Not going to be so good here for the scout, but he is going to try to save his scout. He will show the galley choice. And I like this. He's going to try to save it. He should be able to, and does. Will Mark get away? Just barely. Scouts are fairly close as well. 3 fishing ships here will be in trouble. Galleys are here, though. Will be galleys for both players. I also find it interesting how the architecture hides that tower a little bit. It makes it kind of interesting. Fishing ships will be in danger and on the run. Gio not yet with fletching. We have a blacksmith coming down. Yes, we do for our Korean player. No blacksmith. There it is for Gio. So he's a little bit behind on that one. Favored production above. And he is getting some value here. He's gotten 4 kills. 3 fishing ships have gone down. That will even out the population. Fletching is going to be in first for Mark here. And Loom, that's why that Vil went down so quickly. There was no Loom for Marklanders. The galleys are being stocked up at home here. So it will be even galley numbers, but worse upgrades here. And Gio will have to turn and run. Really, really needs to get fletching. Not really sure why he has yet to do so, to be honest. I guess because he keeps producing units. Now, he does have the numbers advantage, so that does account quite a bit here. But obviously, doing more attack damage is always preferred. And fletching will be in 20 seconds here. And then it will be hard for Mark to keep himself in this one, as he's going to lose more fishing ships. So Gio opting to go for a fishing ship instead. Not bad. We will see the market from our Korean player come up as well. He does have all the map presence right now. Would like to see that waypoint set a little farther forward here. Fletching is in, and it will be 4 galleys to 7. And the dance shall continue. Mark, though, does have a better food economy behind this. Gio with more idle TC time. Still has a sheep to take. There's still some shore fish and some deep fish to take here. And yeah, the timing will mean everything. Mark will click to the castle age significantly faster here. So though he's behind at the moment, he has made the decision to just fight with what he can. Save up his resources, and he should have a much, much better time getting to this next stage. Gio is quite a ways off here. Needs to get more villagers on to food and gold now. He will try to take out Doc. I do like that. At this point, he will end up having to try to save his economy. Time will tell, folks. Gio not clicking up is quite worrisome, to be honest. Quite worrisome. Just getting Bodkin here and the War Galley upgrade, huge. Very huge. Dock does go down. There are a few fishing ships that could go down here. The fight would be very well taken here if he is able to do so. And he will, as soon as he sees that timing, he should bull rush in as quickly as he can. but it's like he's not yet committed. Really think he should commit here. The galley upgrade is a little bit worse in low numbers here, so Gio not going to be able to dive here. There will be guard towers to defend now, so that makes it a little bit more difficult, of course. And now that Botkin's coming in, running might be his best option. Gio, though, needs to buy his way up, and he is dropping farms, but he also is getting that market. So he will have to buy his way up to Castle Age. And military numbers, 22 galleys to 12 or 11 war galleys. We're going to see they switch into the fire ships. So that is going to be the switch chosen here for Mark. And oh, Gio does not want to take that fight. He needs to just try to run and save these. Can't take the fight now that Botkin is in as well. If he would have taken the fight initially and dove under the guard tower, I think he could have had a really good fight, but unfortunately he was not able to do so. And we do see a huge switch of Penvilles onto stone. 0 on food here for Mark. So his idle TC time will be chucking northern, or up to the northern time limits, I suppose. Cannot talk, apparently. Fire ships being added in here for Gio as well. Kind of interesting. Where's his galleys? He is saving those. I think that's the right choice. I think he should garrison the rest of his ships. He should send the fish inside or just be prepared to lose them. And he should try to save his numbers as best he can. Population-wise, things are looking pretty good, but he has to survive long enough here. And now that all these docks are under attack, perhaps a good time to build some new ones on the opposite side. Wait and see what he chooses to go for, though. Right now, he's just hoping to survive. Behind this, Mark, not with many upgrades, dropping some farms. Lots on stone here. He has got a Ville in the center. Potentially going to see some forward docks or something to that effect. Where's that War Galley upgrade coming in? It is over here. So War Galley upgrade is on the way. No Botkin Arrow. Not going to be able to afford Botkin Arrow either. It's going to be... Oh no, Botkin Arrow is on the way. My apologies. I was looking at the wrong side of the screen here. So a Botkin Arrow and War Galley coming in. That is going to be quite huge here. As everything's a coming, military numbers are obviously an advantage, and the galleys are crumbling here. This is not the best fight, but might be the best fight that Mark could expect for the time being, and he will be pushed back, and those fire ships will be able to deal with this. We do have some docks over here as well, and these galleys will easily be dealt with. Military numbers now vastly in favor here for Gio as he did the right thing, pulled back and waited. And now, what will we see here from our Korean player? A castle in the middle. Alright, castle in the mid. I don't dislike that. A lot of resources here, easily docked. Should be happy to do so. These villagers are going to sneak out to this side as well. Obviously, guard tower is free. The fishing ships over here are not doing the greatest job, and they will get cleaned up. So that military, or that economic lead will go away very quickly. And the castle is spotted. Not sending any galleys back, though. Oh, he's bringing forward his own villas. Is he going to try to castle? What's he going to do here? Like he reconsidered. And dock numbers are going to become a big problem here. Gio has got the position. He should be relatively happy about his position here as well. We did see the second TC added. Will be a third TC here. and Wheelbarrow coming in. Gio, what's he gonna go for? That is the question. He's gonna try to move out here for some gold, so he will move out. This dock being taken down quickly. This wood line will be rangeable. Really about all the damage that he could expect to get done here. Economically, though, Mark should be able to pull ahead. Right now, he continues to lose more and more, which is obviously not ideal. Wheelbarrow is in as well. 4 kills here for that tower. Not too bad. This is a nice move to drop a galley in the back here. He's trying to deny his opponent of wood, but it's not really going to make much of a difference here, as we see things becoming kind of problematic here for Mark. He does have the map control though right now, so we'll have to wait and see. These games can go rather late. Obviously there's a lot of resources on the map. Gio trying to target everything woodline related here except for the front. Gio does have need for some Imperial Age buildings. Got a lot of gold in the bank. A lot of gold, and here we go. He's spreading everything out. This is what I think he needs to do here. This is important. He needs to get the fires in front here, however. And once he does that, or he just hits and runs, that works too. Yeah, so far so good here. He will clean all of that up, and there will be another castle defensively here. So I think Gio really should just focus on getting to the next age at this point. That is his best chance to win this one, as he just needs to get to the cannon galleons and he should be fine. More villagers moving out over here. But otherwise, there's not really much more potential in the way of damage here that Gio is going to be able to do, which can make things all the more difficult. A castle has been located. It will get some more damage in. So Gio looks like he's in a good position. Time will tell though, there's a lot of resources on this map. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes for a lot longer. Mark obviously not wanting to give up anything here. Did win game 1. He's gonna do his very best to try to fight out this situation here. I think that Gio may have overinvested into ships here. Could have been up faster, as we will see Mark on his way up very shortly. Gio still a ways away, still not a single Imperial Age building, as there is the university and there is the monastery. So he will be okay. He does sell off a lot of his resources, buys a lot of food here, and will be up very shortly. He's simply waiting for that time to come. Could sell some more wood here. Has a lot on wood. Did move out here, and there's a lot of gold and stone still to be had across the map. Imperial Age, though, will be in faster for Mark here. 0 military to 45, though. And there's the redocks. So we will do the redocks. Economically, 16 to 5 in the way of KD right now. Imp on the way for both. It'll be interesting. I feel like this is a position that Mark should never win from now. He has 0 military to 49 military. Overall population is 110 to 70. And a lot of damage being done here. These galleys finding some kills. The tower defense does come up though, and that will force that back. Continues to try to break in here, but stone walls take forever for that to become a situation. Potentially could see a castle drop over here somewhere. Could be really good for Gio to secure some map control and force his opponent off of these resources. We see fire ships, so it's going to be fast fires, I imagine. I don't really see what else it could be. This is going to get noticed, though. And Gio going to just set his villagers, or let his ships take care of the villagers on their own. Should be able to kill one more of those, I imagine. No ballistics, I guess, never mind. But Gio has a lot of military to spread out and deal with this. More docks here. Gonna see careening ballistics is now coming in, so that will become more of an issue. And would be good to see chemistry click right away here if you're in Gio's position. Careening and Imperial Age coming for Gio. Both players reach the Imperial Age really quickly, and oh, he's in. He just needs to click by. Not really advisable, but he could click by. It will be Fast Fire, and then it will be Bracer. And Fast Fire not in yet, so a lot of these fire ships are going to be microed down here, as well as some of the docks potentially going to go down. Bracer in. Will it be enough? Fast Fire will come in. There's only a few of them. That is the problem. Fast Fire is in. Chemistry now being researched. There's a lot of galleys here, though, and I think he'll be able to defend it. Oh, the military does dive in here. And Gio is targeting the towers. So he's going to target the towers. He's going to try to take them out here. Chemistry coming in could be huge. These are not being microed, though. And he's got so much military, it's going to be difficult to lose this position. Trying to kill the chemistry research coming in here. I actually think killing that university first might have been the play. Gio yet to get chemistry for himself. And instead, we will see the shift on to the tower. So Gio unable to finish this university. Also, chemistry will come in. That will be more difficult to deal with. And this tower will go down. A lot of the production, though, is going to be coming forward. And here it comes. So the fast fire ships will move in. And these galleys are not upgraded. They're just war galley. He's trying to hit and run, but there's only so much you can hit and run here. And I think these are going to get cleaned up quite easily, actually. The fast fire ships are going to close. The keeps are going to do a lot of damage. And galleys did do a good bit of work. Caravels are terrible, though, against fire ships. So, couldn't advise that now. Gio is going to continue through the economy. These units do have a lot of kills, and a lot of these have already gone down. So, he's doing a good job to even out the position there. But unfortunately, no chemistry in for him yet that I've seen. So Gio, I think Gio's going to end up losing this because the fast fire ship number is up to 18. We have no real Imperial Age upgrades other than Bracer. This castle should not go up. That's a lot more villas going to go down here. Gio's in trouble. Going to be in a lot of trouble. This is a good bit on this castle already. 27% before it gets deleted. And then we'll see a castle here. And fast fire is just going to dominate now. It is a bit unfortunate. The galleon upgrade is just now coming in. Yeah, fast fire ships are absolutely incredible. And the upgrade's just lacking still. I mean, yes, the galleon upgrade comes in. A lot of villagers will go down here, but the fast fires are in. Galleys are going to try to do damage. This castle is of desperation to try to save some vills, but there's going to be some kills coming in here. There's a whole 5 fire ships causing a ton of damage here. And now the fast fire ships closing the gap on this side. Gio trying his best to deal with this, but he looks away, and he will lose a lot of the galley mass here. Obviously not all of it does solve all the problems here. Demos being added now for Gio, but military numbers getting so very close now, as I think these fast fire ships win this if there's no micro. Even with the micro, it's really not looking good here. I think that everyone thinks galleys are the superior unit, and in some cases they may be, but on this map it feels like fast fires really being the huge power spike. And oh, so many vills with low HP. This is noticed. I don't know why they were sent that way. Oh no, he's clicking somewhere. Oh, those vills are gonna die. That castle with 3, 4, 5. To get all these, I think he gets every single one of these vills. Oof. Misclicks here. 9 vills go down. The demos come in. There's a cannon galleon out now. Ooh, some really good demos there for Gio. But now he's on full demo ship, it feels like. He's adding caravels. Maybe that was a misclick. It's only 1. Militarily, though, Gio's lost all his advantage here. The cannon galleon is in. We'll start to travel down that castle. And then, yeah, fighting war wagon with villagers. Not going to work out in favor. Mark selling a lot of his resources here. Buying some food. I guess just some more villager production. He's dropping farms. Fishing ships being added could be an option, but not what he's worried about now. Heavy demolition ship now on its way here for Gio. It feels like it might be too little too late though. More docks being added in, villagers moving out over here as well. It could be found out. The heavy demo ships look so satisfying. They could find some absolutely crazy hits here. Just have to wait and see. Gio just unable to get the siege out to deal with some of these issues. Fast fires will come over and deal with this. There's going to be a big fight coming in. Oh, the demos are not great. Creating 1v1s here. Those demos were probably the most convincing here, but now there's no more demos. Gio just struggling to stay alive here now, it looks like. He's in such a good position, but that timing hurt him so very much. And just the lacking upgrades here hurts a lot. 4 cannon galleons will start to take out the castle here. The only castle in the base here for Gio. And then the fast fires could have their way, as they will come in. And I don't know how much longer Gio can survive here. Heavy demo is great, but currently at a problem holding on to the res. And the castle will go down. And I still struggle to see what Gio's going to do in a minute. The fast fire numbers, the production altogether hasn't really been there, and as now we see a bunch queued up as dry dock even going to come in. The ships will move a lot faster here for Mark. 15% faster, I think it is. It's a huge upgrade. Super expensive. Shipwright also an amazing upgrade. Although I don't know if Koreans get shipwright, to be all that honest. I don't really know. No, Portuguese do. I'm not sure if Koreans do. Koreans not a go-to pick for me on water maps. They're a good water map civ, don't get me wrong. But not something I'm super familiar with. Heavy demolition is going to come in. do some damage. But again, those are not continually doing damage. So, makes things all the more difficult. Those heavy demos come in and get good damage. Not a ton of kills. The KD is now plus 20 here for Mark. A little bit worse than that now, but still. At home, the eco is still flowing here. 91 Vils for Mark. As those cannon galleons are likely going to go down here, it looks like. One and almost all of them killed with one demo, so still a chance. No Vitorias here for our Portuguese player either. Really just lacking production, lacking the resources he needs. His gold resources here. He has a pile here he's yet to take. Otherwise, everything at his home base has been cleared up. He's got 300, maybe another 2,000 or 3,000 outside of his map that's under his control currently. Otherwise, he's going to have to try to take and push somewhere. And again, he's lacking chemistry. Not sure what he's going to be able to do. Shipwright on its way from Mark. So the Koreans do get shipwright. Big demos. Good demos. But more production now. As long as this production continues, Mark should be just fine. Gio thought he was safe. Took his eye off the ball over here because he just got some crazy good demos. But that's not going to be enough. One cannon galleon shooting a Treb, and that Treb is trying to take out a dock. That will go down. So Gio's losing more and more ground, it feels like. Just doesn't have the resources, doesn't have the eco behind this. This castle is starting to be taken out here. Few units up here could deal with this, but again, it's going to be very difficult. As the answer is coming. So yeah, Mark is going to take care of this. I don't think that we saw Pavise come in either. Never mind, wrong civ. Trying to see a win condition for Gio, and right now I'm struggling to see. He's about to lose access to his gold he has over here. He's yet to take this gold. Well, there's a good bit of it there still, of course. But obviously it's been under threat, and the demos are here, going to do a lot of damage. But he's going to lose this position. He has no answer here. And if he's taken off the gold and the wood out here, he's got some at home. But again, it's running very thin, and it's wide open at home. So he will try to address this now. But that castle, not being repaired, only 17 stone in the bank, will go down. The demos are over here. 2 demos to kill 2 ships, so that's not what you want. And oh, that was 3 demos for 2 ships. It's very difficult. You have to control these things extremely well. And a lot of the housing space going down over here. A lot of these villas will likely go down. He's just going to kill the mining camp instead. The fire ships closing the numbers down here. The demo's doing a good job. Great demos there, but Gio actually has the KD advantage, but now the fast fire ships will slowly start to creep into the economy here. And that will be very problematic as we have these docks going down. It's not even being realized over here. Gio's focused elsewhere. Got 2 fire ships in his base here, killing vills. Does deal with the cannon galleons. Will save his resources over here for the time being, but at decent cost to what he had going on here. And dock numbers are going to start to go down. And man, this fire is just still in here, just wreaking havoc. I think Gio is just running out of steam more and more here. Dock numbers going down, more fast fires coming in. This has been realized. You're gonna see 2 of these wagons probably deal with this before it becomes an issue. Maybe not. There's no ballistics here for Mark, so maybe not quite. But he's trying to do damage. He's focused here, trying to micro down some villagers. Has worked well for him thus far, but even if Mark loses these, he'll still be ahead in the villager count. And a lot of these docks are dealt with. A lot of the eco has been under threat here this whole time. And Mark will skate by with another victory here after it looked pretty bad for him in the early going. GG's. We will now go to Gio's final home map of Flooded Hills. This is his last chance to try to hold on here. Portuguese defeat to a Korean victory here. So Mark Landers or Max Power feeling quite confident, I'm sure, with all of his top civs remaining. And he's up 2 games to none. I'll grab a drink and we'll load into game number 3 here. All right. Game number 3, folks. We have Mark Landers here with the Malay on Flooded Hills. And we'll have the Byzantines here for Gio. Gio is in desperate need of a win here to continue the semifinals. He's going to have to get a reverse sweep going to push us to the edge here and try to take the set himself. So, going to be very difficult, obviously. Time will tell, though, if that is going to be a situation or not. Byzantines are probably the prominent pick here on this map, as well as some of the other ones. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Gio not looking to be on his best game today, as he's got some major upsets in this bracket. Thus far, he's taken out pretty much everyone that he should have lost to. So Gio, sure, super happy with his tournament run thus far, but I'm sure he doesn't want it to end here either. So he's gonna be in need of that victory to force a game 4 here at this point, which is always a tough situation to be in any tournament setting. We will have to wait and see, though. Obviously, the fish not the greatest on this map. Usually start with a decent fish behind your starting island areas, but sometimes it varies and it's not as consistent. But it's been a fun map to watch. We've seen some crazy things happen here. Everything from transporting some vills to do some vill fighting on to extreme towers and heavy water play, as well as people getting as crazy as to research Paladin on this map. We'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, villagers will have to walk to a wood line, usually extremely far away, and it makes things quite difficult. But usually you have a few good options to go for. Obviously very exposed. But that is the name of the game here, and that's what we like to see. Nicely done here to get that hill through there. You gonna be able to garrison? Oh, he survives just in the nick of time with 1 hit left to be taken, it looked like. Malay do have a pretty bad situation here going up against the Byzantines, but again, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Don't think we've seen too many Flooded Hills games go super late either, so will be a bit more difficult to see Byzantines win this early, especially depends on how everything plays out. Obviously, fire ships are preferred for the Byzantines, but galleys have proven pretty dominant on this map. And Gio collects some water buffalo and sends them in, I guess. Interesting. Very nice maneuver here as well, being down a few games. But hey, fair enough. Oh, Gio goes for a duck over here. I don't really like that at all. Let's check his scouting. He did not scout this in the north, so he's just simply placing a dock to get some fishing ships out. Oh no, he had great fish here too. He has 800 fish right here. Nothing that Malay can do against Cataphract Skirm. This is true. If we get to that though, Tech, it's very difficult because we don't often see a situation where this comes down to heavy land. Usually, from what we've seen thus far in the tournament, this is a very heavy water map. I have seen a couple land ones, but it's difficult, right? And timing on water maps can be so important. Malay, obviously, with those quick up times, very, very nice. I like what Gio's doing here. He's going to block some of the fishing ships here. It can be quite annoying. I don't know if he's thought that far ahead on that one, Tech Chariot. This is a work, not a work. This is a map that we threw together. I would say within 3 months of this tournament happening. Wasn't really certain when we would have the 1v1 tournament. I mean, additionally, it's difficult to say because we have so many maps we're trying to develop right now. So it makes it quite awkward, right? Not 100%. It's a good question, and we could definitely find out. Wouldn't be too hard to find out. Just have to ask Hitch, but can't say for certain if he does or does not. I'm gonna guess no, just because this has only been balanced for the sake of 1v1s and 2v2s. And that villager will stand no chance. Huh. More than we should, and not enough at the same time. As far as I know, we have, at least of maps that I've given Hitch ideas for, we have at least, I want to say 3 other maps in development right now that I don't even know where Hitch is at with them at this point. But we've laid them out, and we have the plans in the works for them at least. And again, I'm more of just the idea guy, Hitch is the map guy, so you would have to talk to Hitch about it. I don't know where he's at. We haven't really been able to chat too much about map development. We have had a lot of good feedback from the players that we have had in this tournament and from other people, of course, around the community that have checked them out. And things are working quite well from that aspect, but obviously time will tell as to what maps will actually be thrown into a tournament or not, I guess. All things considered, this matchup here looking fairly good here for both right now. Mark, though, again, with the least amount of idle TC time he could have. 24 seconds of the stage is quite good. And he's got the military that he needs to deal with this, and he's adding in the demolition ships. So the fire ship numbers might not come into play all that much, and we do see a market already for Mark. So he is going to be very happy with that position. Could potentially see him go up to the castle age before long. One demo hits here. Not the craziest of positions. Another demo will come in. Get some good value. Mark, again, will probably have to just keep adding the demos. And that's what he's doing. Good micro here. Both players trying to pull the weak ones back. A little bit better for Mark, though. Yeah, Tech, just, you have to talk to Hitch. I don't know. I haven't talked to Hitch about maps in a little bit. I've got a lot going on as far as tournament stuff, so usually when I'm in the middle of tournament stuff, I have zero or little input into the maps at that point, unless we have some bugs. And on the way to the team Battlegrounds, which has been announced and will start in about 11 days, assuming we have the player base we need for it. I've sat and gone through a very large number of recs, not even recs, of editor checks, and just loading up map after map after map for the 2v2s. You played in a show match against me, I believe, or somebody. I don't know. I thought you guys played in it for the last 2v2 tournament we had. Oh, and a spectacular exchange here as the Castle Age is already in for Mark. Oh man, I didn't even see that until just now. Mark is very ahead right now. He sold a stone, gets up quickly. War Galley upgrades coming in. He's gonna have 7 military to 13. That's probably not enough, but as soon as these demos become the War Galley upgraded ones, that will be quite difficult to deal with. Wait and see how the fight goes. Mark, it will be up for Gio, but Gio's still very far from the next stage. And he's gonna be in some rough positions here. Do we have demos coming behind this? We do. Demolition ships are on their way. These are just fires, so Gio should be able to take a relatively good exchange there. Obviously not as good as one would want. Oh, but he's not patrolling. So this is actually great for Gio. A lot of initial damage here, and a lot of ships could have gone down, but this was reacted to. Blacksmith with the market here. Gio probably going to try to click his way up to the next stage. Vil is caught out over here for Gio, going after the hunt. Gio buys some food. Not going to be enough yet, though. Can Gio bring this one back? Docks will melt. The fishing ships are not in a safe place. The ships over here, not in the greatest place either. 3 town centers producing vills here for Mark behind this. He already has a good villager lead. He has a good military position here as these demos will come in. Should get 2 kills. Maybe 4? Ooh, those are some marvelous demos. Gio needs to move in and take this fight now. It's a demo sneaking around here. That can be quite annoying. A lot of demos. Uh-oh. And this gets noticed. There are 14 Byzantine ships right here. Can Gio save them? That is actually an excellent trade for him there. Good work. He's only lost... He didn't lose a single ship to those demos. Well done, Gio. I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident, of course, but that is quite nice. Mark gonna sneak over here with some houses, maybe just trying to find out where his opponent's expanding to. More demos coming in. Ooh. Still gonna survive with a good amount of ships here, though. Getting some nice repairs in, but now there's a 20-vil lead. Mark looks like he's making a strong case to push himself to the finals of the 1700 bracket here. And I struggle again as there's more demos coming in. Again, not great demos. Mark doesn't have the military, but he does have the eco. That's a reoccurring theme here, unfortunately, for Gio. He's just not been able to afford everything he needs, and he has military right now. It doesn't have the upgrades and cannot afford them. He has War Galley coming in, but he needs that to be in the forward here, not behind fire galleys. The score is very deceptive here, so Gio probably doesn't think he's quite this far behind. But obviously, it looks really bad from our end for Gio's chances here. Mark is making a very strong case to move forward. Got some houses coming up over here. The ships are coming forward, but they're not upgraded just yet. War Galley upgrade still not on its way. It's still behind a fire galley. That is always quite brutal. Unable to push with his better fire ships because he doesn't have the upgrade in just yet. It is on its way in now. And we're, again, more villagers just expanding out here for Mark. I think it's literally just for some vision. And I'm surprised Gio hasn't put a stop to some of that. Guess he just doesn't quite see it. Can see those houses, so he should know something's there. He hasn't seen this up here yet. We'll see it before long. The upgrade is finally in, but now there's a lot of demos. A lot of demos. Two for the price of one, not bad. Interesting. Very interesting situation here. Obviously, things are not looking the greatest for Gio. Mark, though, in a commanding position, trying to hold, doesn't have the military really to deal with everything, but he's been taking good trades. His KD is 22 to 13, and a lot of that on the back of demolition ships, but he has a huge economic advantage here, and that could spell big problems as Imperial Age is not going to be all that far away. Big fight here. The demos will play a part, but as soon as fast fire ship comes in, what can he do? Castle in the back here, so maybe gonna go for harbors with the Malay even. Actually, the castle is just for the building, it's not for the harbors upgrade, but honestly, harbors could actually play a part here. He has 3 docks, it could be something. Could also then plant some more docks all the way around. Barracks over here. Surprised he hasn't snuck more villas elsewhere. Oh man, and Gio goes heavy on the demos. Not 100% sure why. Imperial Age is on its way though. The Malay are looking very strong in this position. 42 villager advantage, a 20 pop advantage across the board here. Gio housed heavily, archery range up here. Even one archer could be super annoying over here as Gio just doesn't have anything to deal with it. Demo. Villagers on the run. Not gonna find it in time. Fletching on its way here as we are gonna see the galley switch from Gio come in here, but we're soon gonna have fast fire ship. We're soon gonna have crossbows. No fletching on those just yet though again, so that's quite awful. So many demos in the middle here. 13 demos for Gio. We see careening, we see the Imperial Age, and we're gonna see fast fire ship here at some point. Arbalest first though. So he's not worried about the water. Mark feels quite far ahead, and Gio gonna demo a dock there. It's always lovely. You gonna try to demo something else? Gio just thinks this is over, and he's just gonna waste demos on. Oh. He does waste demos in the mill. No fast fires. We have the Arbalest coming in. We have Fletching in, so his choice is to try to kill the villagers over here. I don't know where those demos are. They're up here, not really doing a whole lot, which is unfortunate. Monastery here. The Arbalests are showing up here, 2 by 2, and no ballistics on those, with only Fletching, so yes, they're Arbalests, but they're not the greatest Arbalests. They are doing some damage here, though, and Gio really can't afford the economic position that he's finding himself in. Things are getting very messy here, but I think we're not going to see Gio survive for very long here, as these Arbalests are glitching out over here. They've got 6 kills, 7 kills, and they continue to do damage. Fast fire ship now on its way in. And fast fire ships against galleys here. Again, not exactly what you want to see. Gio done a good job to try to move everything around here and cause as much havoc as possible, using ships to defend over here, and doing a fine job at it. But again, the Arbalests keep coming. The Arbalests do have the ability to deal with this. Fast fire ships are in. University on its way. And soon we'll just see Dry Dock come in. The fast fires are going to clean everything up. And again, I think Gio is in a lot of trouble. The Arbalests continue to try to do damage here. This is actually good for Gio that these Arbs are not really going to be able to do a whole lot. That's a really interesting castle, but if it goes up, it will secure some position over there. Fast fires will move on in here, and they will make quick work here. And that castle is looking like it's going to go up. The Arbalest production has halted. We have a town center here, and we're trying to put an archery range on top of it, so we will see Mark able to see that. But all these positions he had once upon a time are getting cleaned up here. And I think that Mark, very happy with the position. He sees the score. He's comfortable to sit back and try to take this one home here. Just adding in fire ships and now chemistry. So likely gonna try to get to the bombard cannon galleon. Sorry, I can't talk. First night back casting, and I'm very fatigued about it, clearly. Gio, I don't see a way back for him now. I really don't. I hate to call it early, but what do you do in Gio's position now? He's got to try to keep his villagers up. He doesn't have any vills here. He evacuated them all or moved them all elsewhere. Eco Katie is really good. He's done a great job trying to deal with everything, but the fast fires are simply going to be too dominant here, as we're going to see conscription, even foraging coming out, as the Karambit warriors make their presence known across the map. And these will have the armor upgrades for free, of course, and then obviously already have foraging and iron casting coming in. These villagers likely not long for this world. And the military numbers just gonna get cleaned up. Fast fire ship just so much better here. These few Karambits going to get a good amount of kills. And chemistry's already in, so it makes it even more difficult here, as we should see cannon galleons added after a lot of this military is cleaned up. Lots of expansion on the map here. Some Karambits and Arbalests all the way over here fighting as well. All of those villas. These 3 Karambits end up with what will be 7 kills themselves. And it looks like Mark is going to be taking this to the finals for himself here. I just don't see a way that Gio can come back. He's going to keep fighting on. He's made it all the way to the finals here, and there he'll tap out. Mark Landers coming up with the 3-0 here, and what a semifinal for Mark and Gio. GG's. We're going to take a quick look at the bracket and update it, but a huge, huge thank you to everyone for being here. First night back to streaming and casting after the vacation, and semifinals of this one. We're going to update the bracket though. If you don't want to see any spoilers, exclamation point YouTube, everything is over there if you wish to get caught up. Otherwise, to the bracket we go. So Gio goes down here to Mark Landers. Both Mark and Gio have had a hell of a run. The 23rd and 27th seeds, respectively, made it all the way to the semifinals, knocking out the likes of the 2 and the 3 seed, and of course, so on down the numbers. But an impressive run nonetheless, as you can see on the upper half of the bracket. Dirublas, or however you pronounce this name, have moved to the semifinals, and I have to cast Funny Liquid and Joe Harry 10. Probably tomorrow will be when I cast that set. And then I've got the finals for the 1300 bracket as well. So thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate you guys hanging out and watching it. It's been a crazy run. And pretty much as soon as this one wraps up, we're going to be starting the team Battlegrounds 3 bracket. Sign ups are available for that now if you're interested. All the information is on my Discord, on AoE Zone, and there was a Reddit post about it as well. Tech Chariot, thanks for hopping in. Thanks for chatting. Hopefully you enjoyed.